This is smilejos67, welcome you back with Dax Isidoreth Hispalensis, and I've got another raw woodworker materials mails readings for you. And you'd see on the last one, we were missing all this stuff to the right. The picture got cut off. Down here we see the cursor go on in the edge, which means you missed the materials down here. So, and I didn't notice it in the last one, and I recorded an additional one, Margog the hammer, and it was also cut off down here. I had been doing some other recording, and that meant I had to change the screen, but unfortunately I didn't check that the screen had gone back to normal, because I didn't think on different settings, qubit system, that it makes the settings, anything you change, universal once it's paid. To do specific per sing would be much nicer. Anyway, so, and I've just done another 14-minute recording of re-recording it, and then I found that it was, this whole window here was only this big. Annoying. So, never got it fixed. I've tested it, it's got it fixed. I'm going to go and read some mail. Start us off with Bakruti. His last mail, and he doesn't tell me it's his last mail, which annoys me. So anyway, here it goes. Bakruti's friends were bragging today about their horses, arguing about who was swiftest. If Bakruti had the money, he would purchase a cinch tiger to ride. They are more cordial than horses, and Bakruti can read the mood on their faces. They are not unlike Bakruti, meaning feline, cat-like, but horses have a cunning stare that Bakruti does not like. Why did you, Bakruti, not tell me that that was your last mail? I would have liked to know that. Because now suddenly, the next jump in, we have Margog the hammer. Raw woodworker materials. I understand you're in the market for a hireling, someone to acquire components for you. Materials of a woodworking variety. Then look no further. I'm Margog the hammer, and I'm just the orc for the job. My rates are cheap, my deliveries are on time, and I know orcs who know orcs, if you understand my meaning. Sounds a bit gangsterish, doesn't he? Not all like Woodworker, who did the blacksmithing materials, which is ages ago now. He was much more rustic, basic, unrefined. This one sounds like an educated... Shall I use the word gentleman? Gentleman and criminal from the look of it. Orcs who know orcs. Sounds rather dishonest. Anyway. Margog the hammer here, sending greetings and salutations. I'm proud to say that my business has really taken off. As you can plainly see, the quality of any merchandise is of the highest caliber. It all has to do with my suppliers. I've made arrangements to provide the best materials to you on a regular basis, arrangements that can't be refused. And I'm sorry, I've already taken the materials away from when I first removed it. I didn't know I had stuffed up the recording at the time. This latest shipment didn't fall off the back of the merchant wagon. At least not all of it. But I jest. He's actually been quite honest. Some of it's stolen, I think. You'll discover as we get to know each other that Margog the hammer has a wonderful sense of humour. I'm even funnier than most orcs, or so I've been led to believe. All of my henchmen say so. Of course, that's what I pay them for. I have a confession to make. I'm not supplying you with crafting components out of any sense of duty or obligation. I have an ulterior motive. I'm using the profits to finance my grander ambitions. You see, I plan to build an organisation that has its fingers in all kinds of related businesses. I guess you could call me an entrepreneur. Yes. Some of my business ventures might be considered criminal. I'm alright with that. I supply the necessary services to meet the ever-growing demands, and if that's a crime, then I'm a skinny wood elf. But never fair, boss. For you, everything will always be above board and totally honest. For the most part. And you have my word on that. Some of the woodworking materials you send me being acquired by dishonest means, I'll take it that's what it means. Sounds like a crime lord, a criminal. And actually, did some business ventures would be considered criminal. So you're stealing, or stand-over tactics, or fiction money, extortion perhaps. Greetings, boss. It's me, Margog the hammer. Since you seem interested in my various enterprises, I thought I'd tell you about my latest venture. I'm in the middle of establishing a method of redistributing appropriated goods in the town I call home. Turns out someone already thinks that they have that business locked up and they're angry with me.
Prices have never been better.
Angry with you? Redistributing appropriated goods? Sounds like you're selling stolen property. The person who does that's called a fence. So you set up a rival thieves' golden fence, have you? Do I care about a filthy Khajiit? Do I care about his claim to have gone to the market on the redistribution of goods acquired by questionable means in my town? Of course not. Who does Splendid Paws think he is? He's not my boss. He's not even an orc. If he sends his thugs around here again, I can't be held responsible for what happens. Oh dear. Threatened, eh? By Splendid Paws. An unfortunate accident befell Splendid Paws Associates today. They demanded their share of gold from my business. A business that they had nothing to do with. That's when the hammer hanging over my work table slipped from its hook and bashed both of the poor fellows in the head. Repeatedly! I hope the Khajiit has a good healer on his payroll. Surely good bashing in the head could be likely to be fatal. Hello, boss. I hope this shipment of woodcrafting components finds you well. At least I hope you're feeling better than those thugs the so-called Khajiit crime lord sent to talk to me. I understand one of them may not make it. I imagine this could lead to further trouble between the cat and I, but such is the cost of doing business. Am I right? Well, the cost of doing dodgy or criminal business? Yes. With all of my other business ventures going so well, you are probably wondering why I continue to serve as a hireling for crafting components. That's a fair question. Woodworking calms me. It clears my head and relax. Call it a hobby. I figure I might as well make some gold in the process, so here you are. Your materials are enclosed. Well, boss, as I was telling you last time, woodworking calms me. As you know, I'm an orc, and I have an orc's temper. Maybe even 2 orcs worth. My other businesses often require me to give my temper free rein, so that at the end of the day I need to do something that relaxes me and lets the tension slide away. Sawing and hammering works wonders. So you beat people up as your standard business practice, is it? I had a visit from thugs working for the Khajiit known as Splendid Paws. I decided to open a tavern across from his inn, and that has his first standing on end. Doesn't he know that competition is good for the digestion? And I'm building the place with my own 2 hands. Consider it a massive woodworking project to help me deal with my anger issues. Greetings, boss. Margog here. Another unfortunate accident sent Splendid Paws employees to the healer again. That's what happens when you wander into a construction site without paying attention to where you're walking. You fall into a pile of wooden beams and iron nails over and over again. Maybe now the Khajiit will mind his own business. My tavern should be ready for its grand opening very soon. I'm going to call the place Hammer and Saw, because woodworking means so much to me. I'm one busy orc. Crafting supplier, tavern owner, dealer in dubiously acquired goods, conveyor of illicit materials. Like I said, an entrepreneur. Speaking of which, your materials are enclosed. Yeah, you're a crime boss, that's what you are. While we'd never have cause to be disagreeable to one another, my other business ventures often require me to let my inner orc out to play. It means beating people up. I'm not proud of my violent tendencies, but they do help me keep the gold flowing. Sometimes you have to break a few legs to make a farmer egg omelette. Am I right? At least that's how my uncle explained it. Dishonest businesses, maybe, yes. Hello, boss. If I don't sound like my usual cheerful self, that's because I'm upset. I've always felt a little bad after a client or a rival requires me to accidentally injure them repeatedly in the course of a transaction. It's the cost of doing business, but today's transaction has left me feeling out of sorts, regretful even. Ooh, I see Dax Isidoreth ended up in the shade. It's all sunny behind him, it's because the sun's setting. So what did Margog do to feel guilty about? I injured one of my rival's associates. That's right, Splendid Paws got his fur in a bunch over something or another I did and sent a couple of thugs to teach me a lesson. That never works out well for either Splendid Paws or his thugs, as you well know. But one of those thugs was Fada the Eiffel. Interesting. Fada the Eiffel, she's a Redguard brawler whose brawn is matched by her stunning beauty. I've had the opportunity to watch her work as an interested bystander and her beatings are legendary. She accomplishes more for look in a snail, however, than most folks can even get close to with a barrel full of weapons. I hope the healer can help her. Did he have to beat her up? I admit it, Margog the Hammer busted up Fada the Eiffel. I think I broke her arm, and I feel terrible about it. Of course, she and her associate had come into my not quite ready for business tavern with the express purpose of delivering a message of pain and suffering to me from their boss, Splendid Paws. But it was Fada. What should I do? Well, by your own standards, she deserved the beating you gave her, doesn't it? You feel guilty about it? You like the girl, don't you? You admire her brawn and that she beats people up. Violent man, Margog. Now, boss, in case you think I'm getting soft, let me educate you on the facts. I'm Margog the Hammer. I'm an entrepreneur who enjoys woodworking and sometimes has to put on a tough facade with my various business associates. But I never provide a beating to someone who doesn't deserve it. Fada certainly deserves it. So why am I so unhappy? You got a crush on her. After talking to the healer, I've determined that Fada the Eiffel is going to be alright. Turns out her arm isn't broken. It's just a bad bruise. She'll be back on her feet and breaking skulls in no time. I'll probably have to watch my back for a while. Yes, if she doesn't break it when your back's turned. Well, your back's always turned when your backs get hit, isn't it? But at least I'll get to see her around a little more often. Your materials are enclosed. Maybe she'll come work for you. The Hammer and Saw opened its doors today. What a grand turnout we had. The place was packed, the drinks were flowing and the crowd was happy and excited. It was everything I hoped for. If you ever visit Forlorn, feel free to drop by. Your first hour is on the house and I'd love to get your opinion on the woodwork. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it. That's where I left all the other ones that I've recorded and you won't get to see. Forlorn. Now where is Forlorn? I'm not sure, but when I look at the map, now here's an orc. Hrofgar is the area where orcs come from. But I did hear the reference to High Rock somewhere when I searched for it. High Rock, which would imply perhaps Ravenspire or Glenumbra. Who knows? Stormhaven, I don't know what era High Rock actually comes to. Bankorai as well. Don't know. But anyway, I have found a Forlorn Tower in Hrofgar. Now it's not marked on my map because I haven't explored there, but that is where Forlorn Tower is. But it's a tower, not a village. So that's probably might be a red herring. So I don't know where exactly. But seems appropriate that I'm standing on a washing line, so that's Margog's way of cleaning his possibly stolen raw materials, is to give them to me, isn't it? Isn't Mournhole a lovely place though? Still doesn't look like it's lived in. Hey, little fortified city with a wall along there. Mages Guild, Fighters Guild, City Centre, Bank and Sales, Marketplace around where I am in the Way Shrine, and here is the Tribunal Temple. So we're the houses where everybody lives. There's a house over there, there's a house over there, a house over there, and a house over there, which actually includes the see, that's the enchanter, and that's the alchemist, and over there is Artem Craftsman Station, and the woodworker over there, and the inn's over there. So we've only got that house or shed or whatever. It's not many, is it? What to do? Everybody else live in the... Actually, they don't live anywhere, do they? People just stand around waiting for us to interact them. But that'll do. It's still a pretty place. Cinch Tiger. Hey.
Prices have never been better.
Yeet on the first mail wants to give a Prakruti. Anyway, this is going to be it for this video. I've got some more surveys to hunt down, I think, on the next one. So but for this one, this is smilejos67 signing off with Dax Isidoreth Hispalensis. Be well.